This race marks the halfway point of the Pennzoil Cup Series first part of the season. If you're not in the top 19, you better want to get in here after this race at the Pennzoil Cup Series Race 9 at Kansas. The Pennzoil Polo will go to Jack Newman, driving the number 7 car for National Racing. As the Coors Light Chevy takes the green flag, starting on his outside, Kyle Collins, a Bristol winner from 2 races ago, starts on the outside. Good qualifying runs for both those drivers. Usually don't see them qualify too well. Apart from Daytona in the early part of the season. But Derek Petrie looking to take the lead right away. Kyle Collins falling back to 4th, probably 5th, even more beyond. But Derek Petrie will take the lead here going into turn 3, moving Jack Newman back, probably back to where Kyle Collins is going to. But Ryan Dunn was going to try to make a run for the lead, try to get that bonus point, that crucial bonus point at the beginning of the race. That's 1 point if you do lead a lap. And obviously 5 if you lead the most laps of the race. Ryan Dunn will go ahead and take the lead with Matt Hotchkiss pulling in second as Michael Jones, Zach Cars, and Jake Booker filing in behind 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Speaking of Zach Cars, last week at Talladega we were seeing for him to have a good race after missing the Hillside race missing Bristol, excuse me. But not really doing so well. In fact, he got wrecked out in a lap around 20 crash, the second crash of the race, and currently is making his way up through the field, passing Matt Hotchkiss and Michael Jones right now, with help from Jake Booker though. So that number 9 and 5 car team is looking pretty good so far in the race. This track is sort of an intermediate of a super speedway and a mile and a half, seeing as it is more of a pack-based race like race 2 of the season. As you see, Zach Cars now falling back after getting left out to drive by Jake Booker. Matt Hotchkiss though is quick to come back to the front of the field and will end up taking the lead from Jake Booker in the 5 car with help from Tacos Racing Team's Addison Steinbach as he falls in 2nd. Now Kyle Singer back there in 3rd, who's been on an unusual good string of luck recently. Unlike the first part of this season when he only had 1 point at race 6, I believe, but now he's in the chase. He would be in the chase currently if it ended now. Anyways, you see the draft playing a pole in this track. That's just showing that it really does have a factor when it comes to this track. On the outside line is not where you want to be. On the outside line too, here's one of your first time starters. I haven't said that in a while. Nicholas Samudio in the 62 car for Raven Racing, another 4 team, the only other 4 team other than Tektronix Motorsports has been in since race 1. But having already missed 2 races this season, he's lucky to have gotten in this race. Raven Racing not doing too good in the qualifying spectrum of things, but there's also another first-time starter in this race, and you may think he's a first-time starter or a new guy, but this guy has been in the series for a long time. Jason McCarthy in the 10 car making his first start, and that's for a new team. He started out his season, I believe, in race 5 with Alonso Gabat Racing, but after DNFing, I believe, 4 times, they decided to let him go, and he has joined Premier Racing Motorsports now. And after his 2nd race with them, missing Talladega, of course, he is now in the race and looking for a good run in that number 10 car. A lot of drivers starting to pick up sponsorship. Here's 2 with brand new sponsorship on their cars. New colors for the 12 car of Webster Zygarde as O'Rida will sponsor his car for this race and a few other times this season. And behind him, Conrad Cooper in the 95 car has Ziploc on the hood and sides for the entire rest of the season. But coming into this race, you see a lot of people with sponsors. Derek Petrie, Ryan Dunn, to name 2 of them. That's not even it. You see more than half of the field now with sponsors since the beginning of the season, where nobody had sponsors. In fact, I believe Daytona, no one had sponsors either because they weren't given out in time. But other than that, you see a lot of the teams starting to really become major contenders, because if any new teams come in, they won't have those precious sponsors to get their teams going. And as it's good for one thing, it's also bad for another. Coming into the lead, one of those guys was with a full-time sponsor. That's Jacob 2 with the HBO car. Both of his teammates missing the race in that Tektronix Motorsports group as Kyle Collins falls back to 2nd again. And Michael Kraft, that's those two right there, Kyle Collins and Michael Kraft, your past two winners, as Kyle Collins winning Bristol and Michael Kraft winning the most recent Talladega. But Jacob Tube now out in front. Michael Kraft looking to run him down. And in third, Brett Brown, another one of those guys who just recently got a full-time sponsor. That's Taco Bell on his car. So, like I said, just backing up the point where a lot of drivers receiving sponsors now this season. Brian Lenning in the 22 and the 5 of Jake Booker a bit in front of him on the inside line. Both have been having quarrels the past couple of races, well, at least two, where at Bristol, Brian Lenning and Jake Booker made contact, which results in Jake Booker being put in the pit wall and ended his race and didn't really do any favors for Brian Lenning. But on the backstretch at Talladega under caution, Jake Booker brake checked Brian Lenning and completely ruined his front of his car, losing momentum, but it also kind of screwed up the back end of the 5 car and hurting both their races again. If they can keep off each other, they might actually gain some points this race. Bill Davis for Alonso Go Out Racing, in fact, replacing Jason McCarthy, who's on the outside right now. That 69 car made her first race with the team at Talladega on her first attempt and ended up getting another top 10 finish, her second in her career, despite only making 2 starts, and is looking to make another top 10 here for 3 for 3. And Bella Davis isn't that bad of a driver. She did show a lot of strength at Hillside, finishing inside the top 10 obviously, and that was a hard race. There was not one caution to help her out there, so she was completely on her own. That was when she was for Fair Auto Sports though, so maybe this team is helping her a bit. I don't know, but Alonso Go Out Racing has been coming alive in the past couple races. Daniel Voiles will be the first car to have a problem this race. We don't know exactly what this one was, but he'll just coast around the track at around 70 and he'll just lose tons of time, and to be exact 3 laps, so he's probably not getting back into the hunt for the race. Giovanni Barraza finally is off the DNQ list in the beginning of the race presentation, I guess that's what you want to call it, or video. But finally, he's in the race and running well again. If you remember, at Chicagoland, yeah, he did end up winning that race, and currently he's looking to go 2 for 2 in the winning category. And so far, no drivers won 2 in a row. Ryan Dunn being the only driver to win twice this season. And he's looking to make a second run shot at it, and going for the lead right now on Rick Witt, who ended up winning Hillside. We're seeing a ton of winners up in the front right now, but he's going for the he's trying to stay in that front group, but he's just not going. Oh, Nick, he got loose there too. Rick Witt all over the track back there, as Jake Booker though will end up taking advantage of the two fighting and will take the lead along with Aaron Lukes. Jake Booker back out front though, like I said, if he can manage to keep off of Brian Lenning, maybe he can get some point stays in here pretty soon, as he's been slowly dipping down in the points margin after being inside the top 10 for a while. Aaron Lukes behind him in that 38 car, another driver who got a sponsor recently, not full-time, but for races at the end of the season. But if you look at the front 4, 2 of them are Malley Motorsports, 2 of them are National Racing. So those 2 teams having quite a good run here today. And Malley Motorsports really needs a good run as we go in here with AJ Davidson. It seems like if something can go wrong, it will, and that's how it's gone so far. AJ Davidson and Aaron Lukes, I think, are kind of prepping for pit stops, because that's usually been the problem that they've had. Slow pit stops are problems. In fact, at Hillside, the only 2 pit stop problems that had that day were the first pit stops, and where they had slow pit stops and just put them outside the top 20. And what do you know? Pit stops. I know I've said that word 3 times, but hey, it's stressing the fact you cannot mess up here. AJ Davidson does his pit stops the first time by, and Aaron Lukes will leave 3 other drivers down with him for the next lap. And I don't think that pit strategy is going to be playing that big of a factor here, since this is the first time. Whoa, Jay Barker almost getting into Jacob 2 there, as Aaron Lukes will go in to make his service. Jake Booker will be the first one out for the first part of the field here, as that 5 car looking super fast out front right now, as Aaron Lukes behind. The 52 and the 7 car will pick up second and third. Here's a battle for 5th after Bella Davis assumed that spot out of the pit road, and Ryan Dunn will take it right from her. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Tacos Racing Team's Addison Steinbach is trying to move into the position as well. Nicholas Samudio, the first-time starter, is as well. Ryan Dunn, obviously your points leader, and Michael Jones falling to 3rd after last week at Talladega. But now Derek Petrie assuming 2nd for Rascal Racing, seeing a Chevy out front. We could see him, if he would get the points lead after this race. It would be the first Chevy to lead the points all series long. So far, it's only been a Toyota and a Dodge, being Ryan Dunn and Michael Jones, respectively. And Nicholas Samudio, you see, also moving up in the field even more as Bella Davis just keeps dropping back. Not sure what's going on there with the 69 car. But as we are on the point of Tacos Racing Team and Addison Steinbach, that team has had just an up and down year so far, getting a lot of DNS, but just a lot of surprise comeback finishes as well. They have the determination in that team, and they have actually been inside the top 10 a lot of the season so far. Just one of those underdog teams that you don't expect to be up there, but really is. And the guy behind him too also has had an up and down season, but in a different way. He started out the season, I believe, way back in 18th, somewhere around there, but he has come up with consistent finishes, and after starting off with horrible finishes, he's back up front and running for the points lead right now in 2nd place with those 3 consecutive top 5 finishes in the last 3 races. And now we're back on the 17 car. That's the Red Viper Racing Dodge there in the 17 of Rick Witt. Your winner of Hillside has finally gotten some full-time sponsorship on that car with Maybe. It was in consideration at Talladega and finally made its way onto the car here at Kansas, as currently working through the slower cars in front of him, but he'll get to the front eventually. Jade Durrell in the 43 car, he's been moving his way through the points as well, and he's been one of the more underdogs of the season so far, mostly being wrecked out at Atlanta has kind of put him back, but other than that, he's been strong race in and race out, and he's up in the top 10 currently right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he would take the points lead later this season either. But currently, will not be in that position right now, as he's kind of he doesn't really have that fast of a car right now, or maybe he's just being held up by these guys, as they're all behind, and by a lot. These guys gotta really pick up their pace right now, as the draft is playing a bit of a factor, I believe, as well. You see Michael Jones getting caught like a rock, Michael Jones not having a good. I see smoke. Caution is waving in the air, and can't tell what's going on. Nick Purcell's spinning down in the grass. That's the other Red Viper Racing car now with the problem. Rick Witt, the only one left, as Daniel Boyle's with an engine problem. And Addison Steinbach's involved. There's your up and down car, but oh no, please, it's Malley Motorsports. Aaron Luke's involved. I saw AJ Davidson as well. What did I say about if something can go wrong, it will? There you go. I think the 38 car just lost power. You see, he just somehow just stops. It looks like he just lost all connection. It almost looked like what the 99 had. But AJ Davidson, you just see, just innocent bystander there. And oh my gosh, 16 just hammered the back of the 33. And well, I don't think that the 33 will be driving his car away from that anytime soon. For a good finish at least. You see, he just hammers the back. 9 car just makes it by just barely as well. And oh my, that was the 07 of Robin Shannon. I know I saw someone hit the 16 car, and I was wondering why he wasn't spinning, but that is why. That was an enormous hit. As we take the green flag, you see Giovanni Barraza from 5th place, or somewhere around there, will take the lead, using the 33 car to his advantage. The 62 car of Nicholas Samudio was in the lead, but had to drive around the outside, which lost some time. You see Addison Steinbach, yeah, that's not going to be an easy car to get a top 20 finish with, unless everyone else wrecks. But Addison Steinbach in that 33 car, like I said, up and down season for that team, and well, now they're going to have a down part of the race. Well, you see, that's really holding up the field bad right there. That's your points lead. No, there we go, caution. Now I saw that happening just a split second before it happened. I was going to say Derek Petrie's falling back, but now the caution will bring the pack together. But let's see, yeah, it's Ryan Lenning is getting into the 83 car of Kyle Collins. I don't think Lenning saw the 83 there and tried to fade up, and he wasn't the only one too, the entire pack did. Well, tough luck for them. I saw Jack Newman in there as well, one of the top contenders for the points championship right now. So he'll have to fight his way back from that. Green flag as Aaron Lukes and Giovanni Barraza 1-2 up in front. Aaron Lukes on the bottom, though, a lap down. He doesn't have that bad of a car, and like I said, his car is back going again, so we have some mechanical issue on those two cars of his and Daniel Boyle's in the 99, because he managed to get his going again as well. No word of what it was yet, and I don't even think the teams know what it was yet. But coming around the corner, the 38 still has the fast car he did, even with the damaged cars. He'll pretty much keep pace with Giovanni Barraza all the way around. Jay Barker in the 2 car doing well. Brett Brown in the 48 car doing well. Jay Durrell in the 43 car now doing well. A lot of drivers who are consistently just getting better as the season progresses. As Brett Brown especially, he didn't have that good of a starter race. I believe it was at Chicagoland. I could be mistaken though. Or it was at Martinsville. But that 48 team has risen from nothing, and currently they were the 4th car for Old Spice Motorsports. Predicted to be the worst, but right now he's doing one of the best jobs out there on the team. And another good team effort right now is Nicholas Zamudio is putting his heart and effort into that car right now as the first timer, doing very well for that Ford team, as Ford seeming to be the underdogs so far, as well as Pontiacs. But you see the other first timer back there, Jason McCarthy. Wouldn't it be amazing if he won this? And that would, if any of the two would win this race, that would be a third first-time winner besides the Bud Shootout or the Daytona 500. Actually, the Daytona 500 was not one. That was Ryan Dunn who won that. But we have a huge mix of cars as well coming up here. Kyle Singer, the comeback car, the 48, the kind of nobody car, the 55, the where did he come from car, and of course your first-timers up there. And Michael Jones, your points leader up there as well too. As a and Ryan Dunn, what do you know? So it's unpredictable who's gonna win this right now, as you see Zach Carr is riding on board with him right now. Just intense battles going on right here on the front. A lot of changing positions, outside and inside. Outside's starting to come to life a bit, but not too much. As you see the outside line doesn't seem to get through the middle as well as they want to. It almost looks a little loose up there. But Zach Carr's currently getting what he needs to get right now. A good, solid finish right now. As long as another wreck doesn't happen and he isn't involved, I think he's going to come away with some points here. And Matt Hotchkiss, though, I want to go back to Old Spice Motorsports. Matt Hotchkiss was, I believe, the second guy to join, and he did participate in the Bud Shootout, but he didn't seem like a car that was going to be good, and I think that just set like the view on his entire team right there. As he got in the wall, ran into the back of someone on pit road. I guess I kind of thought he was going to be not the best driver, but really he's picked it back up. He's running 14th in the points, and I'm just overshadowing him way too much. Old Spice Motorsports as an organization, and oh, we got a caution, and the two rookies, as they work pretty much connected all race long together, and now in a little sense that has come alive. And they were running 1-2 pretty much all race, as not in position wise, but like relative position on where they were at the track. And they even went to pit road together in the first stop. But anyways, here we got 4 laps to go. Coming to the green flag next time by, as that is your top 10 as they flash across the screen. See Jacob Tube having a good run, as well as Zach Cars, and good runs for these guys so far today. Well, except if that didn't happen. Tetronics Motorsports is another team where if anything can go wrong, it just did. As Jacob Tube just cannot get any breaks. It's holding on by a strand of string in 30th place. It does not look like he'll even be on the board after this one, despite making every single race this season. Green flag, Bella Davis in the lead. for Alonso Gabot Racing. And Bella Davis, running her third race, is looking like she will get her third in a row top 10 finish in the season. And good run so far for Bella Davis, a team that's gone through a lot of controversy between teams, like companies, with Fair Auto Sports and Alonso Gabot Racing as a whole. And look at behind her, Giovanni Barraza. But as this will be the final lap right here, as nobody makes a move until now. Giovanni Barraza, I think, was setting her up to the turn 3, but Jay Durrell is not having any of that. Look at Kyle Singer get on the back bumper of Jay Durrell, pushing him down the backstretch. Bella Davis pulls down the block. Bella Davis now coming through 3 and out of 4. I don't think Jay Durrell has anything for her. Out of the corner, checkered flag. Bella Davis will get her third top 10 in a row and her first win of the season. And the first woman driver to win too. Congratulations for Bella Davis in that 69 car, taking the win for Alonso Gabot Racing. Their first win in the season, and I'm sure they'll be out of a points deficit after this one too. As congratulations, do those burnouts, Bella. You're the first woman driver to win. And I believe she predicted that in the comments too. So, well, there you go. Bella Davis will top the points leaderboard with the first place. Jay Durrell, another consistent second. Kyle Singer has turned his luck around for the better in third. Matt Hotchkiss, silent fourth. Good run for him. Webster Zygarde, fifth. Giovanni Barraza, nice comeback, sixth. Brett Brown, seventh. Great points day for Ryan Dunn. Top 10, right where he needs to be in eighth. Jay Barker, ninth. And good first-time start for Jason McCarthy in that 10 car, finishing a solid 10th. Here's 11th through 20th. Michael Jones will finish 11th, keeping right up pace with Ryan Dunn. Zach Carr's nice 12th place finish there for him. Rick Wood will finish 13th, Cody Russell 14th. And look at that, Jake Booker, Brian Lenning, not one fight all day for the two. They will finish in points positions. Kyle Singer will finish 16th. Brian Boone just slowly slipping down the leaderboards for races in 17th. AJ Davidson, sad luck for him. He should have won that race in 18th. And Jack Newman will finish 20th. Nicholas Samudio, 21st after that race spin, not where he wanted to end up after a solid race all day long. Derek Petrie, Michael Kraft, just bad runs for them, 23rd and 22nd. Conrad Cooper in 24th after being wrecked in the second wreck. Daniel Boyle's 25th and Aaron Luke's 26th of the electrical issues. Just bad luck for them. Addison Steinbeck, Nick Purcell's, Robin Shannon all in wrecks. As Jacob Tube with the engine problems, sad day for him. Here is your point standings. Ryan Dunn excels 14 points over Michael Jones, who now assumes second again. Jay Durrell up to third. Derek Petrie down to fourth. Cody Russell hangs on to fifth. That 77 car really showing the way for Minnesota Motorsports. Michael Kraft in sixth. Brian Boone down to seventh. Nick Purcell down to eighth. Those two drivers were third and fourth at one point. Matt Hotchkiss and Webster Zygarde also going up to 10th with their solid top 5 finishes today. Brett Brown up to 11th and Gary Weaver down to 12th after surprisingly missing the race. Kyle Singer brings it up to 13th after being way outside the top 20 at one point. Kyle Collins in 14th, Jack Newman in 15th, Jake Booker 16th. Just look at that there for a second. 13th through 19th. 2 points separates that. We got a 4-way tie for 15th right now. That's crazy. And with that win, Bella Davis on 20th right now in that race right there. Giovanni Barraza will finish 21st, AJ Davidson 22nd, Rick Witt 23rd, Marcos Opitra 24th. Robin Shannon just really not doing too good so far in that 07 team right now in 25th. Ryan Lenning 26th. Arsh Hossain misses the race 27th. Zach Cars didn't really get many points, but it's something, in 28th. Richard Thomas in 29th, just slowly slipping, and Jacob Tube 30th. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next time at Dover, Delaware. Thank you for watching Barrier Songs. I'll see you next time at Dover.